Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 28th April 2023. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. hariboltrsvnectar nectar nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been discussing about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular vlog is no exception to that rule. It is a mere continuation of what we have been doing in all my previous videos. Kindly subscribe to this video and vlog so that I may remind you of my other videos. Hence today, let us start with a new topic. Actually, it is the same topic that we discussed about yesterday in an anecdote. As I had mentioned earlier, now we will discuss about how something happens in the metaphysical life of or surrounding of the society or the universe in the lives of a living entity. First of all, let me remind you that there is only a thin, subtle, invisible silver cord which can be experienced through meditation that connects the soul of a living entity to his or her four layers of body. That is, the soul is connected first to the causal body of intelligence, which connects to the astral body of mind, of feelings and emotions. Third, which connects to the etheric body of senses, and this etheric body of senses in turn connects to this gross body. There is not much difference in the official definition of life and death for a living entity. What was alive yesterday or a moment ago may be dead a moment later. This death happens when the silver cord of the soul which has connected these bodies gets disconnected at the gross body level. In other words, when the gross body of a living entity gets disconnected from the rest of the package of etheric body of senses, astral body of emotions and feelings, causal body of intelligence and logic, and the soul, then that particular phenomenon is called death. In that process, what happens is this gross body, which is totally material, drops to the ground. That does not mean that the living entity is dead at the subtle level. No, the subtle three layers of the body and the soul are still alive. The first reaction of this living entity is being stunned, shocked, and dismayed. Now, this living entity at the subtle layer tries to connect with the gross body and to tie up the silver thread, but to no avail. It cannot. When there is an astral projection, the same subtle package moves out of the gross body and roams around in the ether, while the silver cord is still connected to the gross body. But when death occurs, the same silver cord snap, snaps between the gross body and the rest of the package. When this happens, this living entity is suddenly feeling quite light and out of control. It goes back to the ether. The gross body remains in the ground. According to the international spiritual master, Mr. Sanjeev Malik, there are several instances where one soul resides in two or more living entities' gross body. In other words, the same soul may occupy the four layers of subtle and gross bodies of two or more living entities. Yesterday, I narrated one particular story to vouch for this particular theory. Actually, I am trying to contemplate on this particular metaphysical occurrence. Why it happened? I have come to several conclusions. The first one is that the subtle living entity of TSV Raghavan A got into the gross body of TSV Raghavan B because the gross body of TSV Raghavan A was already cremated and had disintegrated. It had ceased to exist, and so a desperate TSV Raghavan A went into the body or the gross body of TSV Raghavan B. However, there is another theory. It is quite possible that the soul was present or the same soul was present in the bodies of both TSV Raghavan A and TSV Raghavan B. When on 7th March 2015, the body of TSV Raghavan dropped to the ground permanently. This soul remained in the living entity of TSV Raghavan B. there is a thing called Sanchit Karma of the living entity, which is stored in the causal body of intelligence. Now, there was one soul, but two causal bodies, one of TSV Raghavan A and the other TSV Raghavan B. What happened was, on 7th March, this A guy died. The soul remained with B, but A, for some reason, influenced this soul in such a way that on 14th March 2015, B also died. There was some intermingling, as a result of which the Prarabdha Karma of TSV Raghavan B remained alive. This TSV Raghavan A, his gross body had disintegrated, so this guy went to the ether. But in the case of TSV Raghavan B, it was realized that though this guy had officially died, yet he had some Prarabdha Karma to work out still. In that process, this guy's Prarabdha Karma of the second stage of his life in this birth was kept alive, as a result of which what was his life before his 56 years died permanently. Only that Prarabdha Karma, which was there for his life after 56 years, remained alive in TSV Raghavan B. Please remember, the complete package of TSV Raghavan A went to the ether. Only 90% of TSV Raghavan B went to the ether. 10% or even less remain on earth to be worked out. And that is precisely the reason why I, who had been born as TSV Raghavan B, was quite surprised when he or I found out that I, as a living entity, could achieve far more in the next 7 or 8 years than what I had achieved in the first 56 years. I had always had a spiritual or metaphysical inkling that I was living two lives, of which one was active and the other was dormant. In my case, the first 56 years were spent in working out all the bad and indifferent karma of my own Prarabdha Karma slice in that period. That is, from my Sanchit Karma, one slice called Prarabdha Karma was given to me in this particular birth to work out. Of that, the bad and indifferent karma was worked out in 56 years. That particular 10% or 15% of karma, which was meant to make me complete my purpose of life in this birth, remained when I was dead by stroke at 56 years. Instead of making me be born again, the soul decided that this 10% should be allowed to be worked out in this very birth for some reasons best known to the Lord above. He felt that instead of wasting one full birth and getting this person be born again, let us bring this man to life again so that he can work out his Prarabdha Karma of the good achievable part, and that is precisely the reason why I could achieve many things in 7 or 8 years that I had only imagined during my first 56 years. We shall continue with this discussion in my next video. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular theory. Please give me your own expert opinions, thoughts, ideas, and views so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Before concluding, let me remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube, hariboltrsvnectar, nectar, nectar. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.